What's going on, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, and welcome to my Good Behavior series premiere spoiler review. Now, this consists of episode 1 and episode 2, so it should take me about 4 minutes to recap the episodes. Then give you guys the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, I review many TV shows, movie reviews every week, unboxings, trailer reactions, giveaways, much more. If you enjoy this review, make sure to check out the channel. Now, since this was a 2-hour premiere, I'm going to go as fast as I can because, if you've seen the episodes, you already know what happens in the recap. But if you have seen them, make sure to feel free and skip ahead onto the pros and cons. So we begin the series premiere of Good Behavior with Letty getting fired from work. After that, we see her stealing items from hotels. She gets access to hotel rooms. She wears a wig. She makes her look like someone else with a new identity. And she steals like a bunch of liquor from rooms, money from rooms. Like, she steals people's, anything that she can get. She ends up stealing that is value to her. So she's almost caught. She ends up eavesdropping on a conversation in a hitman's room because this guy is talking to a man who wants his wife killed to make it look like an accident. So she is not in a place anyone wants to be. So she ends up escaping. She wears a blonde wig. She looks like Julia Roberts, which she looks kind of pretty actually. She flirts with Javier, which is the hitman from the hotel room, but the man doesn't know that she was eavesdropping on him. They're having dinner, they're drinking, they have sex. Letty ends up goes to the wife's house after that. They have a good night, they want to have breakfast, but no, she goes and warns the wife, that, hey, a hitman is on the way. So she tells her she's gonna die. They prepare. Javier arrives. The shotgun is aimed at him. Letty ends up leaving. The police arrive, and she visits her son, but she can't see him. The mom is a douche, and all this stuff. And the mom looks like she's even worse than Letty. Letty is not a great person as well. Letty is not a great inspiration, great role model, but neither is the mom. The mom looks really douchey. So anyway, the boy is anyway, so she ends up leaving. She buys crack at a motel and ends up doing it. And Javier, she's very high. Javier ends up finding her, and now she's going to work for Javier. So that's episode 1. Now on to episode 2. Javier and Letty are at a hotel. They are wife and husband. They're supposed to look like wife and husband. They're under strict rules. Under strict rules. Letty meets Robin. They end up talking, trying to fit in. She steals Robin's necklace, which Javier got mad and told her to put it back, go to the desk and put it back. So she has more sex with Javier, and he tells her to put it back. Like I said, they put it back. She tries to escape. She ends up failing. Javier is going to kill Bill, which is Robin's husband. So Charlie's story, he ends up talking to Bill on the golf course, and he talks about Charlie, how Bill many years ago ended up running over a kid, and he never stopped. He just kept on going. He never stopped. He was a hit and run, so he should have stopped and he should have faced the consequences, but he didn't. So after that, he chases after Bill because Bill runs in the woods, and he ends up falling and breaking his neck. So Javier doesn't have to kill Bill, but he has to somehow hide the body now instead of making it look like a heart attack. So Letty sings Blue Skies. She could sing. She has the pipes though. And Bill's wife finds out and is killed as well. They check out. Now on to the next place. Now on to the pros and cons. I want to start off by saying that I was really surprised by the premiere. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly, because I saw the promo for Good Behavior when I went to Doctor Strange. When you show up early and they show commercials and stuff, like not movie commercials, but it's previous. It's like inside look at TV shows. I saw a preview for Good Behavior, and I was like, that looks good. It showed her stealing from hotels and stuff, and it showed her working with Javier, but it looked more like a comedy, not full-on comedy, but it looked like it looks like they were having fun as partners. But I'm like, what they showed on the screen is not what I saw on TV. It's like if the promo I saw lied to me, and I like that. I like that they lied and they changed it. They showed it. They misshowed it. They directed us in a wrong way when it's actually this way, and I like that. I like that a lot. I like how it's different. With both of the episodes, the acting was great. The writing, I love the storytelling in here. The intensity to both episodes. Javier is an intimidating guy. You feel for Letty, and Letty is a bad person, but you don't think she should be in this situation, though. You don't want her to be in this situation, but you hate to love Javier. I still think Javier should be a full-on bad guy. Like, I mean, he is bad, but I really think he should be, like, overall nemesis, and, like, he goes away for a while and then he comes back and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I love how he's like, you work for me now, just like Negan. Everything you find, I own it. I own it. He's kind of like Negan in a way. But honestly, I love the acting in here. I love the writing. And I'm going to say this right now. You could quote me. You can quote me. Out of all the TV I've seen, I've only seen, there's a bunch of quality TV out there, but then there's not. There's few quality TV shows that come around very often. And this is a quality TV show. The production, the directing, the lighting, the rain, the scenes, the multiple different scenes and settings. I'm really interested in where this series ends up going. I like the characters so far. The way that they're written. Letty, we already know a lot about Letty over the past 2 episodes. And we kind of know, a little bit about Javier over the, But I think the kind of thing that was most intense about it, not only is Javier intimidating, but the way that, like, when she was in the hotel and eavesdropping, you didn't want her to get caught. Like, you're glad she didn't get caught, but the way she escaped, the way that she just, you think he's gonna find her, and that is where it's scary, because I literally was holding my breath. I wasn't like, I was like, I was feeling it. I absolutely love when I am drenched and I am immersed into a TV show. I like that. I did not expect to love this show as much as I did. Also, for the first episode, I like how Letty changes her wigs, and she did look like Julia Roberts, man. She looked a lot like her, like they could be twin sisters. You would have fooled me if you would have said that's Julia Roberts. Literally, I don't know why she'd be on a TV show, but you would have fooled me if you said that's Julia Roberts until, like, she turns around and they're like, okay, that's not Julia Roberts. But she looks from the side. Looks like Julia Roberts, man. I like the whole wig stuff. Now, they never really explained, like, I know she's a thief, but I don't know, I thought people were talking to her like someone called her and said, you have to get out of here, so I guess someone works at the hotel that's helping her, but they never really went into that explanation really well, like exposition and stuff, so they didn't have to, but I'm just kind of saying from that point, I was like, they could have gone a little bit more in detail there. My only complaint for episode 1, which we didn't really have to see it, I kind of understand from, common sense, but remember the girl had the shotgun, the girl that was supposed to die, like falling in the shower, the wife. She had a gun pointed at Javier, and I'm pretty sure he's a hit man. He knows how to escape situations. They never showed it. But I'm saying, how did he escape, though? Did he go from the back? Did he get the shotgun and take it? Did he do this? Did he do that? How did he set it up in time because the police was already arriving? What, did she get caught off guard? I mean, maybe he'll explain it later in the season. It's not a huge deal. It's not, but I'm taking a couple points off for that, just let's be honest, like, how did you escape? Like, I could tell you're professional, and I don't, it's common sense, but how did you escape from that technically? Like, is she dead? Of course she's dead. How did you, like, she has a shotgun pointed at you. Maybe it wasn't loaded right. Maybe it wasn't. What is the explanation on how you escaped? It's not a huge deal. It doesn't ruin the premiere whatsoever. Just kind of a little question. How did you really escape? Also, when I first saw Javier, you know what I saw in him? He literally looks like 3 different celebrities. He looks like Edgar Ramirez and David Tennant and Joe Manganiello. Put those 3 together. Look up Edgar Ramirez. Look up David Tennant. Look up Joe Manganiello. He has Joe Manganiello's hair. He has David Tennant's beard. He has Edgar Ramirez's face. That, my good sir. Not only does Javier look awesome and badass, the actor himself is a badass. I really enjoyed Javier's character. Anyway, I kind of drifted off on what I was going to say earlier. I said, quote me on this. Of quality TV shows, this is the next Mr. Robot. Not that it's the same story. It's not even close to the same story. It's not, and the production's different. But this is the next Mr. Robot. This is the next thing that people should get hooked on. Because at first, Mr. Robot was a very underrated show. People, there were thousands talking about it, and then season 2 came and everyone was talking about it. Good Behavior is a show that people should be watching. The balance of it, the storytelling, because for me, again, I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. It hooked me. Instantly, within the first 3 minutes, I got hooked into the show. Also, if you don't think Javier is intimidating, look at episode 2 when he's talking to Bill at the golf course. Nobody's around, and he has his, his hand around you, and he's telling you the story of when you hit and run a child, and you never stopped for him. What do you do at that moment? Are you gonna run for the hills, or are you just gonna accept the fate that the cards that you've dealt with? Are you going to take are you going to accept your fate, or are you going to try to run? I love the little humor added to it where Javier was like, don't run, and then he ended up running after him. One of the things I didn't like about episode 2, kind of at the end, it was getting a little bit more slower. I will say that at the end of the episodes, it kind of like, the wife was annoying. Bill's wife, Robin, she was supposed to be, but she was annoying. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's go to the car. You gotta, and just like, it was so freaking annoying with her, dude. I was ready to like just buy world, like that. But the part where she sang, like, she has a good voice. She has an amazing voice, Letty. But it was just so cringy because she was like starting to sing, and I was like, oh, okay, like, that's a very random thing to do at a time. Like, she started singing, and I understand it, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, it was cringy at the same time. You're like, why are you singing? No, stop. Like, it put me out of place for a little bit. I did enjoy both endings for episode 1 and episode 2, especially episode 2, because you're like, where do we go now? Where is Bill going to take Letty? Are they going to become friends? Are they going to like each other? Are they going to find common ground? Where are we heading in the story next? And it's kind of very interesting. You don't know what route they're taking, what city they're going to next. Will she see her son again? I'm pretty sure she will. I'm pretty sure she'll have her son back again one day, or the mom will. There'll be a big fuss and everything. Maybe Javier will take care of the mom. Maybe Letty will go dark and say, hey, can you take care of my mom? As in, can you end her? Maybe that'll be something like that. I have no idea. That may be too dark. But hell, I mean, she did crack in the episode. I'm like, holy my god, like, it's been a while since you've seen crack in a show, man. Maybe NCIS or something, but like Breaking Bad, doing meth and stuff, and now you got like the light bulb, and thanks for showing kids how to do crack now with a light bulb and stuff. Maybe that was common sense before, but now I know you can do that in a light bulb, so that's pretty weird. But it's weird science, man. MacGyver stuff in the light bulb, so that's crazy. But overall, man, I honestly, I liked the first episode a little bit more than the second episode, but I still think they were both great in quality, writing, acting, directing, production. TNT has made some awesome shows over the past few years, with The Last Ship, Falling Skies, but this one, I mean, they make some good dramas. Public Morals, I never got to finish Public Morals, I have it on my DVR, but this is a show that people should be watching. Make sure you guys watch it. I'm going to give the first episode a solid A, and I'm going to give the second episode an A-. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure you smack that like button. You can comment down below to me what you guys thought about the episode. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What was your favorite part out of the premiere? Did you like it? Did you not? Share with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more awesome reviews for Good Behavior every single week. I promise they won't be as long as this one. I'll make them shorter. I don't like 2-hour premieres, but for this time, it made sense for, well, actually, I could have gone without 2 hours. I could have waited for the second episode a week. I really think they should have ended it with 1 episode. They didn't have to do 2 episodes. Sometimes that turns people off, like 2 hours of a show, and then they don't watch it, they DVR it, so they never watch it live. So I really think they should have just done 1 episode, but Hey, that's TNT. That's not me. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys watch this show. Recommend it to all your friends. It is a fun show. It's spicy. It's interesting. It's intense. And it's something that I didn't expect to actually love, and I ended up falling in love with it, and I can't wait for the next episode. Till next time, bye-bye.